And big news coming in from South Korea. Impeached South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol was arrested on Wednesday over his failed martial law bid. Yoon's presidential motorcade left the hillside residence, while he has been holed up for weeks behind barbed wire barriers and a small army of personal security, and later arrived at the offices of the anti-corruption agency heading the probe. Earlier, hundreds of police officers and investigators from the Corruption Investigation Office had streamed up the driveway to the presidential residence before dawn, some scaling perimeter walls and hiking up back trails to reach the main building. It was their second effort to arrest Yoon. Yoon is the first sitting president in the nation's history to be arrested. Following his arrest, Yoon can be held for up to 48 hours on the existing warrant. Investigators would need to apply for another arrest warrant to keep him in custody. Well, separately, the Constitutional Court is deliberating over to uphold that impeachment and permanently remove him from office. Next hearing will be held on the 16th of January. Meanwhile, impeached South Korean president in a pre-recorded video message said that he had described to submit to questioning over his failed martial law bid to avert bloodshed, even though he believed the probe was illegal. Well, as I told you, big news coming in. Impeached South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol was arrested on Wednesday morning over his failed martial law bid. And for more, we have Akshay Dongre joining us on this. Well, Akshay, after resisting for long in a high voltage drama, South Korean investigators and police entered the residence of Yoon Suk Yeol seeking his arrest finally and succeeding in that. What next is the big question now?
Well, as you were mentioning that the investigative authorities and in fact even the opposition is calling for a permanent impeachment of President Yoon over these corruption charges. This is apparently what is next that we are looking at. Next major shift as far as South Korea's politics is concerned, because we have seen that it has been over a month that this high voltage drama coming straight out of what it appears coming straight out of Hollywood movie has been unfolding. First, there was a bid by the president to implement a martial law in the country, which was not successful. He, in fact, called on all of his guards and supporters as far as the investigation are concerned to protect him in terms of these false allegations are concerned. And that perhaps is the reason why we have seen that so many slugfests have taken place over the past month, be it the investigative authorities, not being allowed to enter the presidential palace, or the fortification of the presidential palace that has been taking place, according to the opposition, of what they call that the presidential palace is being turned into a fortress with barbed wires being placed all around the place, or the presidential security guards not allowing the the corruption anti-corruption officers to go inside and investigate the president over these charges. So we have been seeing these tussles taking place in different agencies in the South Korean capital, and this is in fact unprecedented in the history of the country, the kind of tussle that we are seeing between different agencies, between the president and the parliament, and in fact we have also seen that when the the voting was taking place in the parliament over the martial law that was implemented, we have seen that how there were attempts to even arrest the parliamentarians. So all of this has been taking place, which has put a deep ridge between the president and the parliament of the country, and in the next few days, we can see now that how the investigation will take place. President Yoon has already called all of the allegations as baseless, and he has called that these kind of allegations have been taken place because he has been working for the country. But it remains to be seen that how the parliament is going to move further when it comes to the investigation is concerned, and how is Mr. Yoon and his defense going to in fact go ahead with this with these allegations as far as the country's fragile situation right now is concerned. Back to you, Pakshi.
Absolutely fragile situation there. Also, Akshay, this situation is a crucial movement for maintaining order and the rule of law in South Korea. Yoon's impeachment trial next hearing will be held on the 16th of January. What can be expected out there?
Well, as I said, Lipakshi, the defense of President Yoon is going to go ahead with the thought with the straight focus that all of these allegations are false. In fact, all of the allegations are taking place, as a vengeance against him, and it is these are motivated and fabricated lies, as the party is stating, is going to be the defense of is in all probability going to be the defense of President Yoon once the hearing begins. And now that the investigation it's taking place, we can expect more proofs or being put forth by both the sides with the anti-corruption organizations there that are investigating Mr. Yoon right now to bring all the proof that they have as far as and also bring out the excerpts from the questioning that is going to take place of President Yoon, and with President Yoon going to take forward his own allegations of foreign conspiracies or motivated charges against him as far as the case is concerned. But it is all going to be unveiled once the hearing begins, as you mentioned, on 16th of January. There are other hearings also scheduled on 21st of January, 23rd of January, 26th of January. So there are all of these stacked up hearings that are going to take place in South Korea.
All right. Thank you so much, Akshay, for all those details.